have a handkerchief?
Sure. Well, you're not going to cry, are you? You never cry. Oh, no. What happened?
Somebody cut me. Somebody out there cut me. The handkerchief. Put the handkerchief on it.
Oh,
thank you.
Billy. I know it's against your religion, Helen, but you better have a shot of gin.
Adele, I'd rather have a first aid kit.
Oh, yeah, of course. Right. Oh. I call that real class.
What? What?
Well, the way you didn't scream or anything. I'd have raised the roof.
I done first, dear.
Oh.
Go ahead. Go on.
And you never saw who did it?
I didn't even feel it. I just looked down and my palm was full of blood.
What kind of a screwball would do such a thing? There.
Thank you, Adele.
How about a little shot of gin now? Holy Moses, I still have a heap to get done if I'm going to get out of here on Friday. I think I'm going to have that shot of gin. Helen? Helen, I didn't tell you, but you know what I've decided? I've decided that the school in California is going to be all different, just for kids. You know, out there in Hollywood, kids are the cat's meow.
Cat's meow?
It's in Shirley Temple, you know? You have heard of Shirley Temple.
I hardly ever go to the movies, but I've heard of Shirley Temple.
You know, out there in Hollywood, all the parents are crazy to get their kids in the movies. And somebody has to teach them how to sing and dance, so why shouldn't I help?
But Adele, won't you mind being so far away from your boy?
Of course I will. But what can I do about it? He turned on me. He really turned on me, Helen. You saw. I just don't understand it. I did everything I could for him. It wasn't my fault that his father took a powder.
You know, Adele, men can be quite a bit lower than the angels.
That's for sure. Adele's New York School of Dance. Hello? This is she. Now, hold on. It's, someone with asthma for you.
Hello? Hello?
I thought you'd like to know I'm the one who cut you today.
Why?
I wanted to see you bleed, like Ellie Banner. I wanted to be sure you can. You'll bleed all right. So will the other one.
You have no right to talk to me like that.
What's going on?
Those boys should have gone to the gallows. Somebody's got to pay for what they did to Ellie. And somebody's going to. You and her. Wherever you are, I'm going to...
I'll call the police.
Don't. No, we'll be all over the papers again. I can't take that anymore.
Adele, that man's dangerous.
Helen, how do you know? He may be just a harmless crank. Oh, Helen, please don't do anything yet. Honestly, Helen, I can't stand anymore. I don't understand. Wes saying that he hated me and that I was too busy when he needed me. I was busy dancing my feet off to earn $1 so we could eat. I did everything I could.
Adele, dear, no matter how bad things get, you must always tell yourself, always, there's a reason. There has to be a reason.
Up there?
Yes.
I need a reason down here. I do. Helen, why don't you come with me to California?
Well,
Don't worry. I have a little money socked away. Enough for 2 train tickets. If you don't mind riding coach. And I'll still have enough to get the school going somehow.
I'm so glad you asked me. I didn't want to be the one that suggested it.
You're quite a girl, Mrs. Hill. You know, you really are, Mrs. Hill. No more Mrs. Hill. No, from now on, you're going to be Helen Martin.
Helen Martin?
I'm going to be Adelle Stewart.
Adelle Stewart?
New names and new lives.
New lives.
Yeah, a whole new shuffle for both of us, okay?
Okay.
And if the school catches on, then we'll hire one of those high-priced lawyers. Maybe even Clarence Darrow for an appeal for the boys. And anyway, we're going to be 2,000 miles away from everything, including that.
Hello?
Your light went on, so I know you're awake.
You will kindly refrain from disturbing us further. He's been watching us. Come away from there. Come away from there, Adelle Stewart.
California, here we come.
kids. You're going to be just swell.
Miss Stewart, have any of those talent scouts said
that they're coming to the recital?
Well, we've heard from Universal and Columbia, but we haven't heard from the other studios.
Well, you gotta have MGM.
Oh, Miss Stewart, you know how bad Charlene's eyes are. You know, the trouble she has with them. Now, if you put her in the back row for the recital...
I haven't forgotten, Mrs. Baker.
Mrs. Barker.
I haven't forgotten. Miss Palmer, excuse me. Winona, what's the matter? You were doing just great last time.
I hate my costume.
Well, we do like all the girls to dress alike.
It's her father's idea. He had it made up special in 4 different colors.
Well, couldn't you speak to him, being the mother?
Oh, I'm only the housekeeper, Miss Stewart.
We don't talk about my mother. She's bad.
Shh, 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 shh. Well, I'll try to explain it to Mr. Palmer, but I doubt he'll listen. He's a Texas man. Come on, Winona.
Oh, look at the little lady.
Don't stare, Donna. It's rude. Oh, Miss Stewart, now you won't forget, will you?
No, I won't. Helen? Helen? Helen?
Poor little thing. Oh. Adele, my little white one. She doesn't feel well. The poor thing doesn't feel well.
Here we are.
The poor little thing, you know, she's expecting.
Now, you know what they say about rabbits.
Know what?
Helen, what are you going to do with all of them?
Oh, I'm going to love them, take care of them.
You're still the country girl at heart. But all the same, you're the Marion Davies type.
Marion who?
Well, didn't you see Marion in Polly of the Circus?
Oh, no, I'm afraid the only movie I've seen in 5 years is Sign of the Cross.
Oh. Well, Marion Davies is lovely.
She's beautiful. But Adele, I'm not one bit like her.
You could be. Helen, you know how much I read about show business.
Yes, I know.
And how interested I am in everything.
Yes.
You know, it's important to know what type you are. You know, the public always looks for types.
Yes, I know.
Like, I am Jean Harlow, definitely.
Oh, you know, I think I've heard of her. She's English, isn't she?
No, Helen. She's from Kansas City, and they call her the Blonde Bombshell.
Here, take a look. Oh, she's lovely. Oh, I see. That's why you changed the color of your hair. Oh, but you're much prettier than she is.
We could be sisters. The public always looks for types. All right? Now, here we go. There we are. There we go. Oh, there we are. Something the matter?
Oh, no.
Oh, I know how it feels to have your hair cut off. Here, look at yourself. I used to wear my hair longer than Jeanette McDonald's. Isn't that going to look nifty? I mean, after I get it shaped in a bit, huh?
Adele, why don't you wear your wedding ring anymore?
A ring doesn't mean a marriage. Anyway, that's in the past now.
I hate to think about the past. Sometimes I can't help it.
You mean the boys?
No, further back than that. Lenny's father. How he died.
Tell me.
Well, you know, we had a little farm. And one morning, it was a lovely day. I made him a picnic lunch. And I took Lenny and I went out into the field. We were going to have a ride on the plow. And we started out. And then the harness seemed to come loose. And Matt got off to fix it. And then something frightened the horses. And I couldn't hold them. And the blades of the plow, they're big and they're much sharper than they look. He fell. Matt fell. He fell. And Lenny saw it. He saw it all and he blamed me for ever afterwards for not being able to save his father.
But you said he was only 4 years old. He was too young to think anything like that.
But children do. They do somehow. They look at you and they just make you feel guilty.
You have to see yourself full length to get the whole effect.
Oh, it's lovely, Adele. Lovely. Oh. Oh, thank you.
Perfect.
I startled you. I'm so sorry. But the front door was ajar, so I just came straight up.
You should have rung the bell.
I hate to spoil an entrance, I'm afraid. Are you Miss Stewart?
No, I am Helen Martin, Miss Stewart's partner.
Oh, but I've heard excellent reports of you. In the profession. I give private lessons, you see, in voice and diction to a few muppets with ambitious mothers. Among these is your Charlene Barker, a small but horrendous creature of absolutely no talent whatsoever. Now, since the arrival of the talking picture...
Just what are you trying to say
It's
to us?
perfectly simple, my dear lady. Just concentrate for a moment, will you? Since the talking picture is here to stay, your Muppets must learn to speak distinctly as well as shake their fat little legs. Now, why not extend your curriculum to include courses in drama and elocution given by myself?
Maybe he's got something. I mean, Shirley doesn't just dance. She's an actress, too.
We do not know who he is.
My name is Hamilton Starr. 2 hours, but prophetic nonetheless. Now, at what time do you conclude your classes in the morning?
11 o'clock.
Good. And that is when I shall return with some rather impressive letters of reference. Until then, ladies, good night. Good night, sweet ladies. That's Hamlet, of course. Oh, don't bother. I like to find my own way out as well as in. By the way, shall I close the front door? Rather unwise, you know, to leave it open.
You've got the steps okay, but we need to jazz it up a bit. Let me show you what I mean. see you all on Wednesday.
Helen, on goody-goody after the break, make a note to speed it up a little bit, huh?
Miss Stewart, any word from the other talent scouts?
Sure, we have Paramount coming, too.
You didn't look at my Rosalie once today. How do you know if she's doing good or bad or what?
Oh, I did look, Mrs. Greenbaum, and she's doing exceptionally well. Mr. Palmer? I'll see you on Wednesday, Mrs. Greenbaum.
They're very interested in Rosalie at RKO.
Oh, that's wonderful, Mrs. Greenbaum.
She could make you famous.
Yes, well, I'll bet she will. Why don't you bring her a little earlier on Wednesday?
I will. If she's not testing.
Mr. Palmer, about Winona's practice costume.
You don't like them.
I think they're dumb. Daddy, can we go home now?
We do have a rule here that all the girls dress alike, and it makes Winona self-conscious to stand out from all the others.
Really?
Well, it shouldn't. I mean, if you got it, I'd be afraid to let it stand out, Miss Stewart.
Well, if you've got it, you don't have to draw attention to it, Mr. Palmer.
I'm hungry.
That's a very interesting subject, Miss Stewart. I'd like to chat some more about that, but maybe over dinner tonight?
Tonight?
You got a date? We'll make it tomorrow night, then.
Oh, no. Tonight would be just fine.
7 o'clock?
Mm-hmm.
I'll pick you up. Come on, baby doll.
I want a giant chocolate muffin.
Adele!
Holy Moses.
Ladies, please.
I found him up here. He startled me.
Your class was running a bit late, so I decided to inspect the facilities. I'm so sorry if I alarmed your partner.
But surprise entrances are one thing, Mr. Starr. Snooping is another.
How right you are. Oh, I admit I am subject to the disease of curiosity. Now, where do we discuss these sordid business details?
Do you still have your instinct, Adele?
He makes me laugh.
Oh, we have the bond of humor, Miss Stewart. I'm so glad. Mrs. Martin may still think that I am Jack the Ripper, but my references are A1. You could make a start by calling up Constance Bennett.
Constance Bennett? Did you hear that, Helen?
We still don't know a thing about him.
But I have letters from the immortals. Let me see. Oh, Belasco, of course. And then here's John Barrymore. I played the ghost, not the gravedigger.
Oh.
To his Hamlet, you see. George Bernard Shaw, good enough for anyone, I should imagine. Then there's Sir Herbert Beerbohm Tree, Mrs. Patrick Campbell. And...
Hey, Francis, did you hear all these names, Helen?
Those people don't mean a thing to me. But of course, anything concerning the school is up to you.
Now, what is there about me that makes Mrs. Martin so nervous?
Oh, well, Helen just isn't used to theatrical types.
What, in this town?
Well, even for this town, you're a pretty special kind of ham, Mr. Starr.
Oh, madame. Mais vous me comblez.
Shall we go to my office?
I should love it.
Thank you.
Everywhere I go, folks come up to me and say, Sister Alma, where do you get the energy to hold 3 services each and every day? From the pure love of God, I tell them. What I say to you now, brothers and sisters, is repent. Repent and be saved. There is no peace, saith the Lord, unto the wicked. Write this.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. How swank. Helen, is that what you're having for supper? Carrots and lettuce?
That's for my rabbits. You look beautiful.
Thank you. Here, Helen. Helen, I took on Mr. Starr.
Oh, I guessed you would.
Now, don't let the Dracula act fool you. Really, he's just a show-off. I think he'll be a real asset.
Well, for your sake, I hope so.
There's my date. Well, good night, Helen.
Good night. Adele?
You won't be home late, will you?
No, I don't suppose so.
How I love these evening visits with my dear friends. A chance for us to get together.
What do you want?
A cup of coffee, a pie, a sandwich. I had nothing to eat in a couple of days. You know what it is to go hungry? I lost my job 6 months ago. It's a hard life out there.
Why did you ring this bell? Why pick on me?
You look like you could spare a dime.
I came out without any money. Look for yourself. Here's my date.
This man wants a handout. Do you have any change?
Well, fella, have a little something on me, but let's not be bothering the lady.
Thank you, miss. Not many people care about other people anymore. Should be more people like her in the world. She gives a damn.
He scare you, honey?
Oh, poverty frightens me, I guess. Oh, thank you.
Open it.
Gardenias. Joan Crawford's favorite.
Been on a gambling ship before. It's so, ritzy.
With the money that they take in, it ought to be. Okay, tell me something.
What?
Anything about you. Have you ever been married?
No.
Just love them and leave them, huh? Well, can't say as I blame you.
Well, I've got nothing against marriage. It's just that, well, it's the oldest story in the world. I never met the right man.
I bet you have a great time playing the field, huh? I know I do.
Oh, it's a tango. Do you do the tango?
Sorry, I don't think even you could teach me to dance.
It's all right.
Ask the lady to dance?
Hmm? Oh, I think that's up to the lady. You want to, Dell? Go on, get out there. You know you're just aching to.
Thank you. Good to suit you.
When can I see you again?
Oh, you just asked me. Oh. Did you ever see a dream walking? Well, I did.
Excuse
did you ever see
me.
A dream? Oh, thank you. You're a real gentleman.
I kind of liked you being scared.
Made me feel protected.
You call me tomorrow?
That's a promise.
Did you ever see a dream walking? Well, I did. Did you ever dream talking? Well, I did. Did you ever...
Hello. Did you have a nice time?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it was heavenly. Just heavenly.
Adele, look out. I've made you some hot coffee.
Oh, no, that'll keep me awake. All right, so I've got a snootful. Hey, what's going on in there?
Adele, I tried on my new dress, and I started to decorate the hall for our recital.
Oh, don't waste your time. We're going to have it in a real theater with scenery, lights, orchestra, the works. Courtesy of Mr. Lincoln Palmer.
But it's our recital. Well, he's a very generous man.
Oh, yes. Oh, he's generous and wonderful. Helen, he's the first man I've been serious about in years.
Yes, but is he serious about you?
Yes, I think he is. He called me a knockout.
Oh, my, isn't he a fast worker? That's marvelous. It's marvelous. I'm very happy for you. You told him about Wes?
What?
Well, that he hasn't answered any of your letters, or has he?
No. Helen, you do act like a killjoy sometimes.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I come home from a great evening with a great guy, and you have to bring up Wes.
But it's a realistic problem. I mean, I thought that he should know about it before you get too seriously involved.
I'll tell him.
Oh, excuse me, Adele. Are you scared that...
Yes, of course I am. I'm scared as hell. Good night.
Adele, did you remember to lock the door downstairs?
I did.
I walk around like Noah's Ark. I stuff my tummy like a duck with animal crackers in my soup.
Hurry up, no, we have to change for the next number. Come on, dear. There, you're gorgeous. Now, don't be nervous. There's nothing to get upset about. Just take a deep breath and count to 10. Good luck, Rosalie.
And, my darling, above all, remember diction, clarity.
Get out there and knock 'em dead. Remember, the Warner brothers are in the front row.
Scandals, they're everywhere. They're in the air, and who put them there? You and you and you. Don't say it isn't so. A gal like me ought to know. Oh, you nasty man, taking your love on an easy plan. Here and there and where you can. Oh, you nasty man, you're not fooling me. I've got you figured from A to Z, but you're darn good company. Oh, you big bad man. Sweet nasty, I know what's on your mind. Oh, nasty, make me see. You nasty. Who taught you that? Oh, you nasty. Don't ever do that. Oh, you nasty man. Shame.
You all right?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I'm tired, Adele. I had to fix Suran's costume. It's split again.
Oh, I told her mother 100 times that girl has to watch her diet. Don't let it get you down, Helen. Huh? Rosalie, you were wonderful.
It went better at rehearsal.
You have just seen a star being born.
Now, come on, girls, it's your turn. Come on, let's not be late. Hurry, hurry. Hurry up. Everybody on stage. Check it out. Check it out. Lots of personalities. Big smile.
And now, to conclude the first half of Adele's Kitty Star Review, a salute to our president, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Military on purpose!
Helen. No, Helen. Is that Sue Ann's costume? Do let me take it to her before her fat mother has a heart attack. Oh, thank you.
Even though I walk in the village shadow valley, death I shall fear no evil. For thou art with me. Thou rod and thy staff, they comfort me.
Mrs. Martin! There is something wrong with this harness. Sue Ann is trapped in her costume.
It's just in time, Mommy. I can't undo it.
She's asphyxiating.
I'm almost on. I'll fix it. Hammy, would you come and help Sue Ann for me?
Oh, say, where did that?
I've got to get out. Look, Helen.
Yeah, what's wrong?
We've got to cut her out of this. Hasn't anybody got a knife?
A knife? Oh, yes, I got a knife. Now.
I just can't get over it. Right there, my one big moment, all bitched up.
Honey, you carried it off just fine.
What everybody saw. I never flubbed a moment like that in my whole life ever.
I'm telling you, nobody out front knew what was going on.
Yeah, well, everybody knows now. God knows what they must think. What's the matter with Helen?
Well, all that Bible punching, that'll get you in the end.
I honestly thought that Helen had one more foot on the ground than I did. But to ruin our show.
It's not that important. You hear?
You don't have to walk me to the door. Night. So you met someone who set you back on your heels. Goody goody. So you met someone and now you know how it feels. Goody goody. La da da la 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 la.
told you to rest.
I'm all right now. You mustn't answer. She's off her rocker.
What'd you say? I heard what you said.
Helen, give me the phone. Please.
No.
Helen, this is impossible. You better go back to work in an office or something.
There is none so blind as those who will not see. I am not off my rocker. I finally saw him.
Who?
Him. He was standing out there just a minute ago, watching you and Link smooching.
You mean you just happened to be looking out of the window when Link drove me home?
He was standing out there smoking a cigarette, just like he was that other night.
Hello? Hello? Who is this?
You see, Adele? I told you so. Oh, my poor little creatures. Oh, I've neglected them. They've been without water all day. This old pan is rusted through.
Oh, Helen, that's too bad.
Maybe there's another one in the cellar.
What's the matter?
Come away from here. Come away. Come away.
Where are we?
Well, this is just a little something I rented for the summer. With an option to buy, of course.
I thought I heard you. Good evening, Miss Stewart.
There's no need to sleep.
Yes, and dinner will be ready shortly.
It's just like in the movies.
You haven't seen nothing yet. Come on. You want a drink?
Uh-huh.
What's your pleasure?
Oh, anything.
Gin Ricky?
That's fine.
One Gin Ricky coming up. You want to tell me about it?
Well, I want to, but...
What'd you already tell me? Something came in the mail this morning. I thought maybe it was from you.
I never sent you this.
You didn't? Well, I thought maybe it was your way of letting me know without having to talk about it. Must have come from one of those nuts that sign themselves a well-wisher. You know?
Yes. That's who it must have been. A well-wisher. Who lives near where I live.
So, you wanted to keep a secret from me, huh? Well, we don't have to talk about it if you don't want to.
Oh, my. No guy can be that marvelous. Now I'm glad the secret's out. You know, Helen's boy, Lenny, he was the ringleader. He admitted it. Wes only...
You hear from him at all?
No. I write to him every week, but he never answers. He just won't have anything to do with me. There's no way I can get through.
What about the appeal?
What?
I said, what about the appeal?
Takes a lot of tap lessons to pay for an appeal.
Yeah, well, maybe I can be of some help.
How?
Well, judging from what I read in the papers, that lawyer was not so hot. You want me to put you on to someone?
You'd do that?
Be my guest.
Oh. One man can be that marvelous.
You didn't know about that letter? What's eating you, huh?
I've been wondering for days whether to try and tell you or not, or how. I was scared.
I want to open tonight with a poem that our dear Sister Bertha wrote and gave to me, and which I want to share with you. Put the love of God in action. Make his word the main attraction. Sin and sickness you'll erase, and perfect peace will take its place. Thank you for those words, Sister Bertha.
Water and power, telephone, gas, Hollywood dress store. Helen, a letter for you.
That letter's addressed to Mrs. Helen Hill.
Oh, I hadn't noticed. It's mailed from around here, too. Aren't you going to open it?
No.
See who it's from?
Mr. Mailman. Mr. Mailman! I'm very sorry. There's no one by that name at this address. Do you understand? Adele, I refused the letter.
Very smart.
Well, it seemed like the best thing to do.
Helen.
Yes?
Do you wish me well?
Of course I do, dear.
Then you're a well-wisher.
Yes.
Some people who call themselves well-wishers do crazy things, you know?
I'm afraid I don't understand what you're talking about.
Suppose the same person who wrecked my cutout sent a picture of you and me at the trial to Link. Well, if that same person wanted to throw me off the scent, she'd arrange to receive a bad piece of news herself, wouldn't she?
Adele, you can't be imagining things like this about me. I don't believe this. Well, why can't you just face the truth instead?
I am facing it. And it's not very pleasant, Helen.
Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord.
Here we go.
Now, you listen to me, Adele. There is someone out there seeking revenge on us. Despite your social preoccupations, you remember? He cut my hand. You heard his phone calls. He stabbed your cutout. Adele, did you ever take a good look at Ellie Banner's face? Look.
No, thank you.
Why? She was a working woman, just like us, about the same age. Looked quite a bit like us. So, our sons really wanted to kill us. They hated us. That was the substitute revenge. I am not like you, Adele. I'm not trying to buy back my son's love by charming some rich man to charm.
I
want you out of here! Adele, Link's big lawyer might help Wes, if he's paid enough. But what will you do if you really get him back? You can't buy back his love and respect. You neglected him. You deserve his hatred. Tonight! Right away, I want you out!
And so, to get your free mug, here's all you do. Just print your name and address plainly on a piece of paper and send it in together with a thin metal foil seal from under the lid of a can of sweet chocolate-flavored Ovaltine. Mail it to Orphan Annie,
Helen.
Chicago, Illinois. That's all. Don't spend a single penny.
Here's your check.
Thank you. I'll be gone by the time you get back. I'm going to a hotel. I'll send for my things.
Here's Link. Goodbye, Helen.
Be careful. Adele, I forgive you. It's harder for a rich man to get into heaven than it is for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle.
Direct from the Church of the Open Hand in Hollywood, we bring you the Sister Alma Hour. And now, Sister Alma.
Dear brethren, my key word for the day is love. One of the greatest things we need for our goal in life is love. Can you spell it? L-O-V-E. The very same love that the Lord had for us all. Now let this very same love be your guide. Love the Lord with all your heart. Let it flow out like a great river till your
Mrs. Helen Hill. Mrs. Helen Hill. Did you get my letter?
Matt?
to the consciousness of your unity with him. And when you love God with all your heart and with all your soul, you'll find comfort.
Adele, please don't turn on the light.
Helen, I thought you'd be gone.
It's him. Adele, it's finally him. He was up there. He called me by my real name. He said, Mrs. Helen Hill. And so I pushed him, and he fell. He hit his head. He's dead.
Who is he?
I don't know.
Oh, my God. Helen, you have a relative in West Virginia.
I don't think so.
Well,
Why?
she died. And apparently left you some money. And that man that called you by your name, he works for a company that locates missing heirs. Did you hear that, Helen? That's all he does. Did you hear me, Helen? Did you hear me? Did you hear what I said? He just locates. Oh, my God. Is there any reason for this up there? Is there any reason why I should have to start all over again? Again?
Call.
What?
We have to tell someone.
Oh, you're not going to call the police.
No. Link. He's rich. He's important. He's the only one who can help us now.
Put down that phone! Your son took away one love, and you're not going to take away Link. I'll get rid of him, Helen.
No.
Together.
No.
Just you and me.
No, Adele.
We're going to get rid of him.
No, Adele.
You and me. Together. Both of us.
This letter about me. One cannot be too careful. Can one? Adele, you and me, we're going to be together again. Just like we were. Just us together. Friends. Yeah. Friends.
Much more. Ooh. Now, me, my, mo.
And now, from the diaphragm. Hands on your diaphragms, young ladies. Fee, 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 fee. Fie, fie. Fo, fo. Foo.
Oh, yes, of course. The bird of time once more is on the wing, chickabiddies. Class dismissed.
Forgive our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us, and deliver us from evil. For thine is... The police just left.
If anyone had looked up in this direction, my heart would have stopped. I'm beat. I'm gonna take a nap. You okay, Helen?
Repent and ye shall be saved. For there is no peace, saith the Lord, unto the wicked. Yes. Yes, I'm fine. I'm fine, Adele.
Very moment. Turn away from your worldly ways and seek the word of the Lord. Our dear Lord says, go and sin no more. Let me tell you, brothers and sisters, let me tell you, a drink of whiskey will never give you the kind of lift I'm talking about.
Helen?
The lift I'm talking about, brothers and sisters, is confessing your mistakes to a merciful God. Joy shall be in heaven over one sinner that repenteth. I don't care what mistakes you've made. Tell it all to God. God is never shocked. No, sir. God will understand all and forgive all. What a friend we have in Jesus. All our sins and griefs to bear. We should never be discouraged. Take it to the Lord in prayer. Jesus, love me. We find a friend so faithful, who will all our sorrow share. Glory to God. Jesus knows our every weakness. Take it to the Lord in
And now, beloved brothers and sisters, for the glorification of our dear Lord and the continuation of our blessed work here at the Haven of the Open Hand, we ask your offerings of love tonight. Now, while the ushers pass among you, we come to that special moment in our service when those of you who feel the need may step forward and be anointed by the oil of everlasting youth. Now, if you will form your line in the aisle to your right, brothers and sisters, and leave your gifts in the golden basket here before me. God bless you, sister. God bless you. Youth is yours forever. God bless you, sister. Youth is yours forever. God bless you, brother. Oh, what a glorious demonstration of faith. I feel love all around me tonight. God bless you, sister. Youth is yours forever. God bless.
I've come to you to confess.
Confession is a matter between you and the Supreme Being, sister.
No, I've come to confess because I need his forgiveness.
You have it. God is all merciful and all forgiving.
No, I needed his forgiveness before they find out that...
I told you, God forgives you. Take my word for it.
No! You told me to come to you on the radio. You told me I would find joy in heaven. Well, if I have his forgiveness, why don't I feel that joy? Why?
I offered you my blessing, but you refused it. Now move along.
No, I need to be saved. No, I want to be saved. I want to be pleased. No! You leave me alone. You don't want me forgiven. You want me damned.
You only did what had to be done, sister. God has forgiven you.
There is no forgiveness for me.
God bless you, brother. Youth is yours forever.
Oh, please tell me, how is poor Mrs. Martin?
The doctor gave her a sedation to sleep. She's been working much too hard.
Oh, yes, of course. The sensitive type, the overstrung type. People of her type, you know, throw themselves into everything. And then that man dying in the trench outside.
What has that got to do with it?
To people of that type, any shock is highly injurious. Do you remember her first reaction to me?
Well, I have to go to the doctor, Helen. I have to. Let me go.
Not supposed to be.
It's only I, Mrs. Martin. But if I can be of any help in any way at all.
No, that's all right. Thank you. Helen, you must go back to bed. Helen, we're going back to bed.
Remember the way she behaved at the recital? Very nervous for a long time. I'm afraid there's something wrong. I told Mr. Green.
Let's get back in bed. Let's get some sleep.
I can't sleep.
Here, take your pill.
I can't sleep.
Have you prayed?
The damned don't pray, Adele. See, if you'd let me atone, I'd be all right. The Lord welcomes sinners with open arms. But you hit...
Link and I are going out for a while. You try and sleep.
I know why you did it, of course. Just like I know why you're keeping me here. You're afraid. Adele. You're afraid of me. That if I speak, you will be damned too.
All I want you to do is to get well as soon as possible. And then I want you to go away as far as possible.
So white, so pure. Oh, my. Oh.
Helen.
Oh.
It's only I. I'm so sorry. I always seem to frighten you, don't I? Look. I saw this on my way home in a garden as I passed, and so I borrowed it for you. A thorn. Always a thorn somewhere, isn't there? No, you're so cold. Would you like to go inside for a little? Before I go back to that dreary hotel? Back to that solitary room of mine?
Link, I want to tell you something.
You certainly came a cropper that time, Millie.
Oh, shut up, George. Marriage. There's nothing like it.
Is that what you wanted to tell me? There's nothing like marriage? Hmm?
No, that wasn't...
You weren't suggesting something there, were you? Huh?
No, I had an entirely different subject.
Sometimes I wonder, you know, when a girl tells a guy on their first date that he needs to settle down, that's...
Oh, no, Link. I had absolutely no intention of that particular
now, wait a minute.
subject.
You know, you don't have to try and fool me anymore.
Well,
You want to marry me? Well, I'll tell you something. I'm crazy about you. I want to marry you, too. Your shot. Well, am I accepted? Hmm? I'm dead serious. I mean it.
Well, I won't say no.
Hey, that's great. We'll drive down to Yuma tonight and tie the knot.
Tonight?
If anything's worth doing, it's worth doing right away.
Oh.
Pack up all my cares and woe. Here I go, swinging low. Bye, bye, blackbird, where somebody waits for me. Sugar sweet, so is he. Bye, bye, blackbird. Da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da dee da 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 da.
Helen.
No, Adele. I couldn't leave my poor little creatures, could I? I mean, I love them. The vet wouldn't take them back, and no one else would. You know, that's exactly what happened with, Lenny's father. I had to leave him, too. After a while, I couldn't stand him. I couldn't stand him to touch me. If you love them, you can't just leave them. You have to release them.
Helen, if you're trying to tell me that you killed your husband, I just don't believe you. I don't believe you.
Well, I did. It's the truth. I pushed him. You know, like I pushed that. Adele, I always told you that I was the guilty one. Remember? You wouldn't let me speak, Adele. You wouldn't help me. You didn't want to hear the truth.
Helen, I think you should speak now. You must. I'm going to call Sister Alma, and then I'm going to tell her to talk to you and to listen to you and to let you know that God has forgiven you.
Oh, you'd do that?
Yes.
You would really do that? Oh, thank you, Adele. Thank you. I want to do everything that you think best. I really do.
See, Helen, everything will be all right. Sister Alma will understand and help you. And this time I'll let her.
Thank you, Adele. You're so good to me. I'm ashamed of myself.
Yes, well, Helen, Link is going to help the boys. And he's going to help you.
Why? Why should he?
Because we're going to be married, and you'll confess and have the blessed peace of repentance.
Adele? Adele?
Mrs. Hill?
Yes, I am.
I'm Detective Sergeant West from Braddock. May I come in, please?
Yes, of course.
Thank you. Is Mrs. Bruckner here? Because this concerns her, too.
No, I'm afraid she's out at the moment.
I see. Well, Mrs. Hill, I wonder if you might mind looking at this photograph that I have here.
Certainly.
You don't know him?
No.
You've never seen him before?
No.
Well, Mrs. Hill, they found his body just 3 days ago in that trench right across the street there.
Oh, yes, that dreadful accident.
He knew Ellie Banner. He was her lover.
Oh, what an extraordinary coincidence. Oh, I see. I see. That's why you thought that... I'm sorry, Sergeant. I can't help you.
Mrs. Hill, didn't you or Mrs. Bruckner ever receive any threatening telephone calls?
Well, no.
Yeah, it's a thing they often do.
Who?
Well, the important thing is you're out of danger now.
I am? Well, that's always nice to know. Wait a minute, Sergeant. You mean Miss Stewart... I mean, Mrs. Bruckner and myself, we were in danger from this man who loved Ellie Banner?
Yes, from what he said to a couple of people, he was crazy with the idea of revenge. Of course, he suffered greatly when she died. Your boys were out of reach, of course, and so he fixed on their mothers. He traced you out here. Miss Hill? Miss Hill? I think you had a very lucky escape.
Yes. It's all been quite a shock. I can't stand violence. It's unforgivable. You see, Sergeant, that's why when my boy... do you mind if I tell Mrs. Bruckner about this?
Yes, that's perfectly all right. Well, that's about it. I'll just let myself out.
Goodbye. Sergeant, forgive me. I didn't even thank you or ask you if you would like a cup of coffee or something.
Oh, no, that's perfectly all right. Thank you again, ma'am, and good night.
Thank you. Adele!
Adelle. Adelle. Adelle, darling. It was him. It was that man.
Dell! Dell?
Now, just a minute, please. Shh. My partner is not quite finished with our recital yet.